Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also the Brink, and we are one. So, what we're going to talk about today is a little bit of traveling with the Steam Deck. I went on a trip for the past 4 days, and you know what? The deck did great. It's exactly what I wanted. And so I have a lot to talk about on this, and namely just different experiences that I have had. So make sure to watch the whole video. But before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, and bash that bell with your crowbar. And if you're not ready to do that yet, then wait until the end of the video to do that, because this is a fun one. I think this is why a lot of people got the deck, was to travel between their PC and their bed. I mean, that's traveling, right? It might not be like, it might be a flight of stairs or whatnot, but it's still traveling. So I'm gonna count that. That's kind of how it is with me, oftentimes. But then I do go on a trip a couple times a year at least. And with this trip, I found myself in southern Utah, namely around the St. George area. There's a lot of hiking, just a lot to do in that area. And also the road trip itself was great too. You know, it's because with the Steam Deck, you can play in the car. So before we get into that, let me just go over a couple of the accessories I recommend and also what I used on my trip. Okay, so screen protector is one that I definitely recommend. If you're traveling a lot, you're going to find yourself potentially hitting that screen against something, whether it be, it could be just about anything, whether it be a cord that you're about to plug in, you just leave it there right next to the deck in the case. There's so many different possibilities. The screen protector will help against those types of scratches. You can always remove it, replace it, and it's really easy. The screen protector is easy to apply, and it also helps protect. I don't normally run one, but with the Steam Deck, I probably will run my screen protector even more, even on my secondary one when I get it one day, if I can find one compatible with the 512 GB version. But I definitely do recommend going this route if you're traveling a lot. I think it's going to save your screen a lot of hassle with scratches. That being said, I do find that the screen protector dirties up more than the screen on the deck itself. I don't know why. That's what it seems like. It just seems like you have to clean it off a little bit more often, a little bit more attracted to those fingerprints. Now the case it comes with is perfect for a good starter. I want to get something a little bit better, or some add-ons, get some Velcro the SD cards into it. Now you're going to see this little pocket on the back with the case. It's, I believe, designed to include to put your AC adapter in there so you can charge your deck. It works pretty good. Obviously mine's a little bit of a mess. It's not perfect. Even with the adapter in there, it has a little bit of a bump, which I like to actually rest my deck down and open it and watch things with it in the case, or just for taking pictures. So it's a little inconvenient for that purpose. It just doesn't make the case balanced, but it's perfect. It does do drops. It did drop once out of my suitcase onto some tile, and no issues. And so I definitely recommend that. The hard case does a great job of snugly keeping your Steam Deck safe. Gotta practice safe deck etiquette, and that is a great one. Battery banks. I didn't use one too often because I used a car charger, and namely the Ioneo car charger that I did a video, well, on multiple accessories, and this is one of them. I wanted to test this on this trip in the car, and it worked amazingly. I was able to, it's got about 36 watts total output for power delivery over the USB-C. Total, it can do 66 watts. And I found that the 36 watts was fine to both charge my deck and play at the same time and retain a charge, meaning I was able to play intensive games like Doom and Half-Life. Not that Half-Life's intensive, but I was able to play, Doom games, and also just less intensive, and didn't see any difference in when I was plugged into a wall. It maybe might not charge as fast. I know that the deck can get up to a 45 watts, but with 36, I didn't see, it was charging. I actually got into the car with about 75% battery life, and within about an half hour, it was fully charged while I was playing games. So it worked great there. I was really impressed. This is definitely the way to go if you're in a car. If you're not in a car, if you're in a plane, If the USB doesn't offer enough wattage, which I'm not sure, but they do have AC outlets you can always plug in with a lot of planes these days. But if they don't, the battery did work great. I'm going to be doing another video on that altogether. I didn't have to use it too much because like when I went on my hike, I wasn't going to be playing it for more than 2 hours. So it worked great. And then the Chromecast, I definitely recommend if you're going to be in a hotel or traveling where you're going to have access to an HDMI and they don't have an easy way. If you want to, this is one of the things I like about using my MacBook and other devices or even my phone. If you're using a Steam Deck, you can also Chromecast with it. You can get a Chromecast device to plug it into the back of TVs in hotels, and it works great. The Chromecast worked. I was able to, cast to the TV, whatever I was watching, and I'll be honest, it's a PC. It works great. Linux does a great job, and I'm happy with traveling with this device accessory-wise. Now, some of the places I took this, obviously I took it on a car ride, and in the car, I don't get motion sick anyways, but if you do get motion sick, I feel sorry. You're not gonna be playing this in the car most likely. But for those who don't, it's great. It works really good. The only thing is the gyro. That playing Half-Life 2, where it's enabled by default, was kind of annoying in the car. I will have to admit, like, you're gonna have to switch over to traditional controls with the trackpad or the analog sticks. But for everything else, all the other inputs besides the gyro, it worked great for me. I was able to play a lot of games, including Doom, and kick some demon butt. It was awesome. So, the car, then at a guest house, I was able to just lie around on the couch and play games for that day. I even played during our server event for Games Revealed on the Discord server. We played Among Us, and I was able to get into Discord on my phone because I just didn't want to set it up on my Steam Deck this time, and be able to play through the Steam Deck Among Us on the couch, and it worked great. Now you can play that game on anything. It's just I actually preferred it on the Steam Deck more than anything else. PC, mobile, whatever it is, it was just much more fun on the Steam Deck. So I definitely recommend couch gaming, even online couch gaming with the Steam Deck so far. That being said, I did take this for a little bit more intense of an adventure, let's say. And that was a hike. I went to Snow Canyon, which is near St. George, Utah, and I took it up onto the Red Rocks, and I hiked around with it with a backpack. Obviously, it was protected. But then, at certain points, I want to get out and just relax in the shade and cool down, because it was about 90 degrees at the hottest that day. So 85 was when I was out in the mid-morning, and it did a great job. Glare, I didn't notice too much glare in I was in the shadows. I didn't. Yeah, it was just fun. It could get a little brighter, I will have to say. Just a little brighter for the outdoors is what I want to see in the Steam Deck 2. But for this, if you want to go on a hike, a long, 2-3 hour hike, and take breaks just for 10-15 minutes and just play some games and just relax and enjoy the fresh air, just everything around you, it's fun. I liked it. And I think I'll plan on doing this more. This is going to be my hiking buddy from now on, just for taking those breaks and just enjoying the atmosphere. I loved it. So, and with the final thing I kind of did for this, and this is one because I'm on a trip waiting for food, and it wasn't at a restaurant. So don't worry. I don't know if I'd pull this out at a restaurant waiting. That's just a little much for me. Especially if I'm with people, I want to, have a small talk. I will say though, while waiting for food in the drive-through, wherever it is, like pulling it out and playing a quick game. I have a couple of games that are just easy to pick up and put down. And some of those would be just, Half-Life alone. You can play that for 10 minutes, then put it down and continue playing it. And with the suspend mode, it makes it even easier. So, Dead Space. I was able to play Dead Space, destroy some necromorphs, and get back to getting my food while waiting through the drive-thru. And I did wait through a couple of drive-thrus that took a really long time. So it was definitely worth it for that situation too. That's really those are kind of the places I took my Steam Deck on this trip. It was, to be honest, a game changer for me. I don't usually play games on the go as much these days because it's not easy. I don't like it on the phone. I don't like the touch screen. With the inputs on the Steam Deck, it was just a very, very fun time, and I definitely recommend it for your Steam Deck. Just make sure you don't get it stolen. There's other things that you're going to need to do to prevent that, I guess. Always make sure you have it on hand or in your backpack, and always have those things on you. With that being said, really, I just want to know what you guys think. What do you guys plan on doing with your Steam Deck? Do you plan on traveling with it? What do you plan on doing on your travels? Are you going to hike with it? Are you going to bike with it? What do you plan on doing, and why would you take it, like, let's say, on a bike ride? Would it be for breaks, or for just the clout to say, hey, I took it? On my hike, I legit played some games and I liked it. So I just want to know. I just want to know what you're going to do travel wise, what you recommend, and all that. So make sure to check out in my description, also the Discord server that we have, and also merch and just anything else. We have plenty down in there for you to explore about games revealed and just some projects I'm doing, and it will help support me and some of my future projects, including some fun computer builds we're going to be doing in the future, and also just whatever else we're going to do. So thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Later.